Welcome back to Let's Play Sword of the Stars. I'm the Fusilier, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I don't think they're coming back from this one. I think next turn will be the final turn of this game. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to save in the middle of this. Also, I researched addict Hiver in case that would make them more likely to serve. Oh, this was a bad idea. Okay. I did wonder, this is like a giant experiment of like, how would the AI react? Am I able to demand their surrender? I totally am in some, not all, not, any one of these I can get to surrender. I'm gonna fucking do that if I can because oh my god. See, most of these we don't even get the option. It's like doing this in one take was perhaps optimistic. It doesn't really fucking matter what they have at each one. We're just gonna get them. I hope I have enough hard drive space. Let's do it, guys.
More swimmers have come to the fight.
It's real simple.
We fire on this.
I don't even care about their fucking gate. I should really get the computer to go at more than 2x, but that would involve turning it up to high speed. Just run forward to the planet, genocide it, and then that's like it. I may even stop recording once we kill the planet if there's like one platform. You know, the enemy is spreading out more than I thought they would. I didn't expect them to handle this well, but they have a dreadnought and they have enough there to stop an instant planet surrender. Honestly, in this one, even the gate doesn't matter, really. Not all that much. I mean, it's gonna die. I really should crank up the computer. When there's a big battle, I'll do that. There's platforms and shit. I just don't care. Just kill them. It's possible we won't be able to genocide the whole planet in one turn if they have fleet. So the question is, can they last a turn? We may just wind up ignoring their fucking fleet. Interesting, they're not surrendering anymore. I guess they figured we don't have to kill the civilians now, don't bother. Okay, so the thing is, if all their planets are dead, it doesn't matter if they have a platform. I'm pretty sure they're fucking going to die. I'm not even sure which fleets these are. We can't like keep track of that very much. Since they're all largely identical. There is one with like 20 dreadnoughts. That will be of concern. Also, there might be like stations and shit, but I'm genuinely not gonna bother with stuff like that. Who needs that? I wish I could play from the sensors manager, but it's tough. Like, the only weapons fire you actually see is missiles. You don't get a good feel for what else is happening. The visual interface is so much more stimulating. You know, sorry Dwarf Fortress regulars. Dwarf Fortress destroyed. I'm gonna check during the next pause that my mic is on. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, I feel like it's pretty decided. Next. Alrighty.
Yes, Elder.
We're not getting an outnumbering bonus. I suspect that means they have an actual fleet here.
We take neutral position.
So we're gonna take a slight. We're gonna keep the command ship back a little bit because. What am I seeing here? Interesting. Or we may just maybe just don't have enough ships.
We hear you. Our ships follow the
Yeah, get in there then. You gotta keep it at 2 speed or we're not gonna have enough space for the footage. I don't even have all that much free space. Well, I'm glad they packed extra gates. You know, I do forget to pack gates. You know, it's good that the gates are here, because if we can avoid fighting their dreadnoughts, ooh, we might, like, run away from their dreads and just bomb the planet, run away, bomb the planet, run away. That's a little advanced for me. I'm not really a big micro boy, as you may have noticed. Yeah, I need to... Alright, hang on. Dare I? I love... We just shoot each other. We don't care. We don't have to care. That's the thing. I don't want them to shoot. I wish I could tell them... I wish I could tell them to shoot. I wish I could tell them to bomb the planet but not shoot the ships. That way they would be forced, they would be stuck with small ships. No, I don't want that. It doesn't fucking matter, but these will become, in lore, these become our people. Now, like, honestly, once the planet is down, I don't even have to care what happens to the fleet. Although, as you've seen, we have not sustained losses yet. And the frame rate's going up as I kill things. That's good. That makes it an in and out of character good thing to murder. And murder plenty. This is gonna be most of the finale, guys. I saw dreadnoughts though. Hopefully one or two of these assholes surrenders. We do have 13 battles in fight. Lord of mercy. I checked and I double checked. I don't know what those were going for. I fucking told you to go in pursuit course, but sometimes the orders just fuck up and I don't get it.
We pull back for more supplies. Our strength increases.
Numbering bonus. That's a good sign.
And kill.
Get in there, lads. I'm hearing a lot of missile launches. Oh, I see dreads. A dread. You four and the command ship kill the dread. Everyone else proceed to the planet. I'll have a duel with you. Capital ship to capital ship. Not what you want to be doing with your command dreadnought, guys. I'll fight you. Fuck all y'all. Not even pointed in the right direction.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. Let me do this so they'll point the proper way. There we go.
Command received.
I think that was a one dread planet.
Target received.
Now,
We can follow this current. Initiate stutter borg.
there we go. I wonder if this moves any faster than normal, because after a certain point the lag will make it so it doesn't move any faster. This has been the whole series, guys, building up to this. We worked hard for this victory. We genuinely, like, I played a near perfect Liir game with favorable conditions. No, we don't need to kill him more. It's gonna be a station. Or a station or something, I don't know. Fuck your station. See, they try with the pulse phasers, but people say, like, I've seen on forum discussions of like, oh, pulse phasers are the ideal small because they also do point defense. It's like, not really. They're not really any good at that. It's gotta be a station. I don't care. If your planet's dead, you're dead. I don't fucking care. And if it's not dead, we'll auto battle them to death. That dreadnought was pouring it into our command ship. Not a scratch. Not even like scorch marks on the hull.
The battle is not decided, Elder. We pull back for more supplies.
Next.
Our strength increases.
I don't know. Sitting here and watching might be helpful because it like gives the fleet time to jump in, which is good. What do we got? Oh, looks like a small boy, a small being. Ooh, just missed. Oh man, ooh. Man. That guy just took an anti-matter torpedo. I think it may have vanished. In any case, very brave. Very brave. I respect that. I'm seeing big platforms. We will like to kill those when possible. Those fire planet missiles. They mount big cannons. They actually do take our guys down. We don't like it, of course. I've got the 2 times. But barely. Like, I could just turn the computer up and save all of your brains. But I won't. Pyramidders. Fuck your couch. Some massive particle effects, that's all this is. Kill the people. Please. Is this their homeworld? I didn't actually look. Once again, checking in the sheer act of paranoia. Yeah, see, one thing about the shields is, shields don't have, like, reflective coating or ablative plating or stuff, so I'm guessing they take a decent amount of damage from kinetic stuff, which is why these big platforms with big cannons can take the shield down. Also, nice. Do it, boys. These things, they don't have the strength of a dreadnought, but they're pretty strong. Single section ships tend to be inherently weaker. So yeah, let's exterminate these guys, I guess. I mean, I was expecting that to be a little tough. But no. I know it sounds a little obnoxious, but it's just I can't help always wondering how I've become completely paranoid.
Yes, Elder. We will do what we must.
It's a big thing. It's about the size of it, whatever. These big platforms are a little intimidating. Well, we can get them handled if we're focusing on them. Next. Alright, no reinforcements. That heavily indicates that there is a fleet presence here. Oh yeah, I hear the missile launchers going off. What do we got here? Is this the full fleet?
And move fast forward.
Looks like... yeah, it's gotta be dreads.
We will do what we
Okay,
must.
if there's ever gonna be...
Moving into position.
if there's ever gonna be one of these that actually stops us, it's gonna be right here. And that's why I'm thinking we should maybe send some guys for... no. We gotta treat this like a serious threat. Please, back off, back off. Because they're gonna drive right on through. They want the command ship bad. They might get it. Come on, guys. You know what? I'm gonna do the other plan. ship right there. Actually, yeah, no. Just stay there. This one might... Guys, please. Guys, please. What are you doing?
Yes, Elder. We will do what we must.
This is the actual battle. They're gonna get the command vessel at this rate. I'm not comfortable with that. We need to fall them back. Yeah. We're single-minded. Fuck, that's enough. You know what? We can use this. Get over there. You guys run. Take their attention. We'll do what we must. Oh, I think they noticed. Hey, and if that saves the command ship, I'm fine with that. They can't really hurt us anyhow. So I'm hoping we can get it done. Even though we've wasted a lot of bombing time. Yeah. Looks like I dissuaded them. Who are you being attacked by? Yeah. Just, I don't know. Just hold it. No, okay, got him. Nice. You stay back here and don't get killed. Hide in the shadow there. It's here. It's like, if you guys want to do this, even if we lose some guys, like, I'm totally fine with that. Concentrate everything on the... Concentrate all fire on the speeders. Hopefully got there. I mean, if nothing else, we can just... It's fine, I know, it's fine. We lost one or two. But this was their main force. Everything else should be downhill from here, but we'll see.
More swimmers have come to the fight.
Ooh, pretty background. Good sign. We get an outnumbering bonus, and they want to sue for peace. It's like a surprise. Like, which one is the actual fight? By actual fight, I mean like they lost a cruiser or two, and they lost like 5 dreadnoughts. Oh, and we exterminated their planet and gate. So we could just, if they still exist next turn, if we fail one of these, and I don't think we will, we could just run away from that fleet. They don't have a gate, they don't have a planet. They're completely fucked. Not that they have anywhere to run to. Yeah, to have an empire, you need to have planets. Sorry, guys. Let's see from the top and bottom of the planet. Missiles desperately launching. I think it's cool. Every single race appears to have unique missile designs. Like, that's a clearly recognizably Hiver missile. They're like Zool missiles are scrapped together bits of stuff that sound like, that's such a little detail, but it's so fucking cool. Like that just oozes this game's design principles. It's just making everything so unique. And I'm obviously in love with this game. There's no reason why I would be playing in 2020 if I didn't find a lot to love about this game. It's absurd. It's one of those games where Sword of the Stars can be an agonizing grind, or it can be the most fun thing you've ever played. Vibrating is a little hard to watch.
We can follow this current. Initiate stutter core.
Anyhow, yeah, there's some platforms left behind.
The battle is not
And some civilian.
Delta.
We're not genociding the Hivers,
More
guys.
supplies.
Not to mention we have friends who are Hivers. Some of my best friends. Okay. Their plan is to run me out of footage space, which is their best tactic at this point. I've lost track if we're halfway through or not. Diary entry day 5.
Swimmers have
Not
come
sure.
to the fight.
Okay, this is our...
Moving into position.
Let's get in there and kill him. I wonder if the small missiles look different, or if they're... I think those are the same. Maybe they're the same? I can't tell. If the planet missiles are different, I have to assume the small missiles are different. It never occurred to me to zoom in. They're so tiny. Who would even look for that stuff? Gotta forget, if I don't 2 times this, we're not gonna make the cut. I probably should have put the computer on overdrive. It's like, this laptop is the one I did, the one I had when I did the original Sword of the Stars LP almost 10 years ago. It's a damn fine laptop, as you can imagine. But I'd rather not put it under any additional stress that I didn't have to. I guess I could, if I was actually a decent LPer, I'd have a bunch of topics and like prearranged ideas to talk about while I did this. If you can even hear me above the fusillade. Get it? Watching Get Dave's LP of this game, I mean, it was just so cool. Like, the second I saw it, it looks like what my brain thinks a sci-fi strategy game should be. Like, if you printed my brain's expectations, it would, honest to God, be very close to Sword of the Stars in a lot of very important ways. I think the node lines are so fucking cool. Like, hyperspace lanes have always been my favorite way to deal with FTL travel. Just as a writer and a creative, and or a game designer, or any kind of creative person, there's just so much potential greatness. From the choke points, I mean, choke points in space, very cool. The Liir don't have that. They have a different, but like all the races have different FTL drives. Like, they have tons of lore. They just. This is a labor of love. This is very clearly a labor of love. There's no way to portray it like all under capitalism. Like, it has to make money, and that's part of it. And that's like a what do you call corrupting? Like, this was clearly made with love, because they wouldn't have done a lot of this stuff if they were just looking for what was profitable or whatever. Look at how many AAA games put out like big strategy titles. It's not many. It's really a surprise story, because it's like, is it a cakewalk? Will there be more enemies? I think we're past the... I'm out. That's gonna be dreads.
We can follow this current. Initiate stutter.
At least one. I think? Maybe not.
Target received.
Well, let's go, guys.
Mark this current. And move as ordered.
I do like how fast the Liir move on antimatter when they're far away from the planet, and you go on 2x. Like, they're actually intimidatingly fast, which is not their normal posture. Oh man, they tried. The mental image I get with those little like police cutters trying to stop us is very much Star Trek when the Borg are invading and Next Generation, Best of Both Worlds, you know, the classic. Or like the Jupiter patrol of like 2 fighters try to fly up and kill the Borg cube. It destroys them. It doesn't even slow down. Like, their death had no impact on it like, they didn't even notice. But god damn it, they still, like, you know, they were the only ones available, so they had to fucking try. Very brave, that's bravery, is like, people are afraid now to do stuff because they're like, oh, what if it fails? What if it turns out I was doing it for no reason? What if it turns out the stuff I'm doing doesn't work out? It's like, yeah, that could happen. That could happen with anything. We all, and I mean especially me, I've got to shed this mindset that everything that you do has to matter. Like you have to, like, or that you need like a guarantee before you can go forward. Of course you should try to matter. But you know, life's not going to give you guarantees. You might roll the dice and you might fucking lose. That's not a reason to just do nothing ever and like hold yourself above and be like, unless I can be 100% sure, then there's no point doing it. I can understand. Like I said, that is my mindset. Like I'm not lecturing other people here. That's not really my bag. I'm just talking about myself. That is certainly my approach. It's mine. And that's, you know, take your shot. And I hope I have the wisdom to see when in my opportunities. And until that time, video games and memes. The usual. It would bother me when I watched Guava Moment's old XCOM LPs and he'd do like the hour-long finale and he'd just bring like notes and he'd start talking about anything except the game. No, yeah, I finally understand why. That looks like it's aimed at something. Construction cruiser, something's dying. Or not. Sad, folks. Very sad. It's like, no, I totally get, like, what am I gonna say? We're gonna easily eradicate another planet? Okay, now that I've said that, it's like, ooh, the beams are pretty. I'm so glad I looked into heavy comp. I'm so glad I thought to use the shields. Because in the original series, I never even gave shields a second look because I didn't see how they could be that good to justify giving up the command slot, which can be very handy and full of weapons. But if I didn't have the shields, so many of my tactics just wouldn't work. The Liir is so good. Like, the Liir and the Hivers are definitely my favorite races. Like, the races that I would play the most race I'm most comfortable with. Played a lot of the humans because they're the humans, so of course, you know, I've got a definite pro-human racial bias. At least in games. When it comes to my actual philosophy about like aliens or humans and stuff, I'm very much on the try to treat them like people thing. Like, the egalitarianism doesn't just extend to human beings, because it's like, you have countless tales of, I mean, this game even has the AI rebellion mechanic. That's what I should have done, because I actually haven't faced much of that yet. I'd have to face AI versions of like the best empire. It's like I cranked the AI rebellion, and then I switched to the other empire, and it's like now I have to clean up the mess from a losing. My other idea was to switch to the Ruby Imperium as I, like, on this turn, and see if it was possible to save any of my planets from what was coming. I genuinely don't. Maybe the one with 30 dreads. Like, that is what I would do, is just concentrate 30 dreads somewhere and try to just... What I would do is, I would know that they don't have command ships, so I try to kill all the command ships, and then take them like one or two at a time, where you could just overwhelm them with fire. It's the only way you could save like one planet. Next. This is way different from you know, going on and on and on and on and just sort of plotting. I even understand little things like why Get Dave skips the intro, like, warping in animation. Because, I mean, first of all, that happens in real time. Like, but the game, like, the timer is clicking by while you watch the intro cinematic. Normally I do this at one-time speed and take a leisurely stroll. Nope. That looks like there's bad people here. Platforms? Yeah, platforms. Fuck your platforms. Fuck your couch. Hit me with your cannons or whatever. I got reflective coating. Interesting, I'm seeing lasers. Oh, right, those are the phaser cubes. What a mess. They really reinforced this one, though. It's not gonna matter. Spreading us out is a decent tactic. And it's like, these stations are very clearly not physics objects. Like, they're the unstoppable force. Like, a tiny station can push a dreadnought around. They're very clearly not reacting to physics. Like, if you hit them with kinetic weapons, they won't go flying. Which I'm totally fine with, but that's just how stations tend to work in games. Otherwise you would need like station keeping mechanics and all that stuff. Even if they knock one of us down, I don't care. They're not going to do that. You know, I say that, but that thing does appear to be rotating very heavily. Can you order these things to rotate, like on the spot? Yeah, the big boys need to die. I mean, we've already won this, so this is just point scoring. I'm not even using the optimal thing. I'm just letting them, full pursuit mode. The thing is, the pulse phasers won't do it because that just does a little chip damage. I mean, they are small now. Maybe now I can move on. Yeah, give them a momentary head start on killing. No one's even down to yellow. Like our shields are supposedly down. I keep getting confused and thinking the shield display is different somehow. Didn't it used to be? Like, didn't the shield display used to change colors? I don't know. Anyhow, I think we did a pretty clean sweep of this particular system. The Liir are so cool. Starter drives. It can be inconvenient, but it's so distinctive. Again, even in that old Get Dave LP, I thought it was cool how they had like inertialess drives. Very, very. I'm fine if part of this LP is just gushing about the game. I'm fine with that. Oh, hi there. Oh, hi, Danny. You know what? I don't even care. Oh, whatever, I'll kill you, because otherwise the battle will keep going. I'll dedicate a small portion. You notice I reflexively go out of sensors mode to issue orders because... I know. Yeah, you know what, yeah.
Our ships follow the enemy.
Dude?
Hear and agree.
Dude?
Attack and kill.
Please.
Liir on the move. Yes, Elder.
Freaking bugs.
We take neutral positioning. Attack and kill.
I don't even see what's up there. Are you fighting big boys? I think we are. That's fine.
Target received.
Kill a couple of the big boys to open a hole.
We are in harmony.
Didn't mean to devote that many over there. We're endangering our ability to support the genocide properly. The planetary scale, not the... Because again, species blending. Are you bugged now? No, finally. It's some weird interaction with the station. Wow, you didn't manage to get him. Holy shit. And I just killed a plane. Fuck the old cruiser. Although it is good to kill that. And I'm like one cruiser to devote itself to that. We'll get him done. Probably get back to the others.
Shields are falling. Yes, Elder. We will do what we must.
We gotta make sure to exterminate them before the time limit, or else it won't be the perfect win. What the fuck? What in God's name? Oh, these guys are kind of fucked. Oh, God, what? Oh. No, that's me being stupid. No, that's fine. I thought they were coming. Are we gonna exterminate every single one? Or at least all the imperialists, all the ones supporting the war effort? By the way, by this definition, like, farmers support the war effort. Like, that's what we're talking about here, just to be clear. What do Hivers farm? Is it smaller bugs? Do they eat grain? I mean, they must eat grain. Some kind of grain stuff. You know, there's probably an answer to that somewhere. That's the kind of game sort of the Star Wars is. I did read a little into the Hiver lore. I mean, there's queens and they're not like a colony of ants. They are like a sapient species. And like they have individuals and stuff. Like they're not a hive mind. I mean, they have morale. They can surrender. We're almost done. I think. Well, my days of not taking you seriously are certainly coming to a middle. That's the flagship. I can tell from the configuration. I've been playing this game too much. That's fine. That's dreads. You know what? Fuck them. Let's get them. We built this flagship to fight. Glad I made so many PD. I don't think a single one got through. Maybe like literally one.
We take neutral positioning.
Let's stop in. Okay, no, we'll kill him. We'll kill him. They face the black today. Kill him, guys. Only two. Interesting. I mean one, sorry.
We fire on this enemy.
It's like, fuck it, I'm not running. The black will not flee. We have a lot of beam weapons packed onto this thing, guys. And then right along we go. A minor detour. This is the default timer, but I think. I mean, I've set it to be 240 seconds forever. Yeah, this is the flagship. This is a new addition in the expansions. It's super badass. I mean, it is the flagship of the fleet. You can see it's the most command points we can have. It's a fucking lot. We got a numbering bonus, and the flagship, and all the upgrades. I guess the most you could have is if you were a Zoom motherfucker.
Mark this current and move as
What's up with these guys?
our ships.
There we go. Get some backbone into it, guys. We got exterminated. I do think the expansions added a lot to this game. I mean, obviously. It's so cool that you can, like, demand surrenders. It did bother me that in the original Sword of the Stars you had to exterminate everyone. Not true now. Although, as you see, like, because theoretically you could kill everything around a planet, forbid bombardments, and just demand surrender each turn, and eventually they'd have to give up. But then you'd end up exterminating part of their population anyhow, because there'd be too many for the resources. I will say that idea that we have to keep like 1 billion people because anything more strains our resources, that's a pretty iffy idea in a lot of ways. And it's been proposed by real people, not at 1 billion, but like that whole thing about like the population bomb or, you know, Hobbes and all that stuff. Not true. At least not true in that sense of like, oh, we have too many people, we just can't support all these people. That's not true. I mean, that just isn't. The production side is not the issue. So, but I will say, I mean, it's a gameplay mechanic, so, and a good one. Like, it's a gameplay mechanic that always fit for sort of the stars, and it showed, you know, a vision of humanity that could be eco-sustainable. Like, the only race that has to damage the environment are the Zool, who kind of act like we do, where they just sort of inherently like rip it up and not sustainable and all that stuff. So it is, in some ways, it's aspirational. We don't know too much about human society in the lore. I mean, the human lore is always like, you're human. You know, what do you need? I do kind of get Starship Troopers vibes.
Our ships follow the enemy.
We're almost done. Which is good because I don't have an abundance of hard drive space or patience. This is a big one. Oh well, rip torpedoes. They don't retarget like a lot of other things do. Or like planet missiles do. I'm so happy planet missiles retarget. I heard that was in a balance change, and before that they didn't retarget, which meant they went to waste a lot of times. Those are heavy planet missiles. You can tell their trail is a lot bigger and brighter. Is it? Yeah, it actually is. You can tell. Those look like regular, smaller missiles, and you can. They look Hivery. They have the Hiver sort of jewel ruby emblem thing on the top. Very cool. Yeah, the only thing you really get about the humans is their default is called Soul Force, and you're addressed with titles like Director. Director's kind of a neutrally, professionally. A lot of it is left open to the imagination. All the voice acting plays it up as very Star Trek. Even though, like, humanity in this setting, incredibly militarized, you know, the Hivers almost wiped us out. That's like the backstory. Which is sad because, in my opinion, Hivers and humans make very good allies because they complement each other. They shore up each other's weaknesses. Like, Hivers are bad at tech, and they're slow. Humans are good at tech, and they're fast. Hivers are sturdy, and they got the gates so they can get places, and they colonize fast. Humans are fragile, and they spread slowly, and they breed slowly. They have low population growth. They breed, like, Philosophy Tube, where it just zooms in on his mouth as he's saying a slow motion, and you hear a screaming baby in the background. There we go. Is that it?
System update.
Holy shit. Was that good for you, Pippin? Okay. There are still enemy ships at many of these worlds. But fucking so what? We just decapitated. And nice. They're not gonna surrender. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if there was ever gonna be a fucking time where they agree to submit, we'll spare your I hope your queen survived her. I love... Oh my god. I'm just gonna let you look over these numbers that are scrolling past here. Another thing like Starship Troopers of like the numbers of dead, just like millions dead in like 10 minutes. Yeah, that was their homeworld as I predicted. Interestingly enough, you can tell because the population is it's homeworlds get double the population cap. Interestingly enough, they didn't defend like if there was a world I was gonna choose to defend because they basically just could have defended anything. It's interesting that the one they chose to defend with their lives was this one, which doesn't seem to have been particularly valuable. Nice work, guys. I'm very happy with how this series turns out. I'm really happy to flex on the enemy. Although I will say, this was not unfair. This was a fair match. Normal mode, no advantages to anyone. Everyone got the same start. Everyone got the same position. It was a mirror match. We were facing our exact opposites. So the way this went down is just because I'm good at playing Liir. I don't want to say I'm good at playing the whole game, but I will say I would have never thought to do this kind of absurd overreaction. But am I missing something? Did they farcast over here? No way, do they have... They have it! That's new, though. There's no way... Why are they at Mongo? That shouldn't be, like... What? I must have missed something. They have ships, they have gates. They could theoretically go on fighting, but... I mean, I've eliminated them, and they've agreed to surrender, so... Thanks for watching this LP, guys. Every single one of you, I really appreciate it. Like, the channel's not doing as well as it used to. That's understandable considering I always take long absences between doing stuff. It's like, the thing you can do on YouTube is be consistent, and I am opposite of consistent. So every one of you that watches, the fact that you guys still enjoy this.
System update.
Like, man, you find a niche, you'll always have people. That one always disturbed me. Like, all the elimination portraits are really disturbing. But we win! You are victorious! Second in ships. Like I give a fuck. 3 cruisers lost. Grand total of that 2 in tactical battles. Versus 55 dreads. 273 cruisers. 14 billion people. No, 14 billion income, sorry. That's 27 billion? Okay, hundreds, thousands, millions, but yeah. 27 billion people. Fishy people. And I love that, like, once the war is over, the Liir go back to the oceans and they discard their armor and shit because they're done with it. The Ruby Imperium has agreed to surrender and they've been defeated. I love this card. This is one of my favorite aspects of the game. Just this little detail of this news item. You and your allies have won the game. Congratulations, everybody. Good work. There's just one more thing to do. Overwrite the primary save file with this. Can't advance the turn, game over. Game over. Thanks for watching, guys. I still love this game.